Now, there's not long to wait until some cracking Christmas viewing comes your way. Wallace and Gromit are back. It is 35 years now since they first appeared on our screens, and the duo are returning on Christmas Day in Vengeance Most Foul. And it is the first of their adventures not to feature the wonderful voice of Peter Sallis. Our entertainment correspondent, Lizo Mazimba, has been to meet the film's creators.
I'm live outside the West Wallaby Street house of the evil inventor, Mr. Wallace.
Evil?
Wallace and Gromit are back.
There's clearly been a mistake.
In a new adventure where once again Wallace's inventions get them into trouble. It was all filmed at Aardman Studios in Bristol, where I had a grand day out with the team, including, of course, the creator of Wallace and Gromit, Nick Park.
What was the decision-making process for bringing them back now? Was it because the public wanted them so much, or you had a story you wanted to tell, or it just felt like this is the time for Wallace and Gromit to be back?
Yeah, well, it was very much both those factors, really. I mean, whenever we've done talks around the world, the last question is always, when is the next Wallace and Gromit film? And on the last time we did that, I came home just burning with this idea that's been around for years, actually, about what if Wallace created an automated gnome, a smart gnome, and thinking of all the antics that could follow that.
Hi, I'm your nifty odd-jobbing robot. Call me Nobot.
This is my latest invention.
Pleased to meet you, Master Gromit.
A smart gnome.
Whoops.
The project was filmed over spring and early summer after 5 years of planning. Nick Park and the film's other director, Merlin Crossingham,
as they come through, the door's going to flip off.
Guiding a team of expert animators, the pair describing and sometimes even acting out how they want the characters to behave.
Okay.
Now, this new story has the return of an old villain who the pair last encountered back in 1993's The Wrong Trousers.
Whenever we're around about talking about Wallace and Gromit and maybe talking about the future of Wallace and Gromit, the single most asked question is, when will Feathers be back? And so finding a story that he could really be a proper good villain, because everybody loves a villain. It's often said your film is only as good as your villain. It seemed a perfect opportunity to bring Feathers back for this story.
Sadly, one person who isn't back is, of course, the original voice of Wallace, Peter Sallis, who died back in 2017.
This is the first major Wallace and Gromit project without Peter Sallis. That must be quite emotional.
It is, yes. I mean, it has been quite emotional since we lost Peter, and he was such an original and unique voice and a great actor. So it's very hard for anyone to step into his shoes, but we have been blessed with a youngish actor who we've known for many years. In fact, Peter knew him, actually, who can do a fantastic Wallace impersonation, Ben Whitehead.
Ben Whitehead says it's an honour taking on the challenge of replacing Peter Sallis's famous tones.
It's been kind of nice to have the time to do it, as animation takes time. Aardman have given me time to work on the voice.
Put him through his little paces.
You kind of have to do the sort of the and the, you know, the and definitely the elongation of the vowels, like the, you know, cheese.
You look like you need a good pat. Come here. That's it, lad. My new pat-o-matic will oblige. And if you think that's progress, wait till you see the next thing I'm working on.
The pair's last major project was 2008's A Matter of Loaf and Death.
On my way, Gromit.
It was watched by more than 16 million viewers.
With you in a jiffy.
The most watched Christmas Day programme and the biggest audience of the year. Might they be hoping to do the same this year?
Oh, no!
When they're up against Gavin and Stacey.
Thanks, lad.
As any artist, it's just great to have your work out there and seen by as many people as possible.
But we still would love to have the biggest audience.
Yeah, yeah, that would be nice.
So laying down the gauntlet to Gavin and Stacey.
Yeah. Bring it on, Gavin and Stacey.
Yeah.
In the meantime, the duo still have to defeat Feathers McGraw. And if they do, the Aardman team say they're sure that Wallace and Gromit will be back for more adventures in the future. But it just might take a while. Gromit! Lizo Mazimba, BBC News, Bristol.
You can watch Wallace and Gromit Vengeance Most Foul at 6:10 on Christmas Day here on BBC One and on the BBC iPlayer.